Sorry about cutting that off. I said live and learn, and I think it was just a mistake. So, all right. So here's the other side of the board. Demons turn 3. His Harpies. He doesn't really want to charge my men at arms, and there's nothing I can do there. So we're just going to stalemate the rest of the game on this side of the board. So Demons turn 3. Yeah. So he turns his Demonettes to face my Grail Knights. He decides not to charge my my Bowman with his blood letters. I keep on pausing because I want to say bloodthirster. With his blood letters, my assumption is because he knew he'd break them, and then would get countercharged by my questing knights. You see his Demon Prince goes into one unit of archers, and Flesh Hounds into the other unit of archers. The Flesh Hounds, I assume, are going to beat them and then overrun into my questing knights, and I'm okay with that. But they didn't. When all was said and done, Demon Prince wiped out one unit of archers. Flesh Hounds didn't do anything to those archers. Let's see, 3, 6, 9. So obviously he killed one. I didn't do any wounds back. So he had a wound. I have an outnumber, and it's a push. And I don't have a musician. So way to go, archers. So we go to Bretonnian turn 4. Yeah. So when the Knights of the Realm at the upper right, when they charged that unit, my other knight unit up there was still facing the back of the board, and so I had no more room, and so you can see it really limited my attacks. What it also did, later you'll see how it hurt me in another way as well. Okay, so I didn't want my Grail Knights to go into the Demonettes, but he had the Siren Song or Siren Call or something like that. But anyway, it forces you to charge them, or you can flee. And I should have just fled, but I had my Pegasus Knights there too, so I figured I'd go ahead and let the Grail Knights go ahead and charge them. I'll take my Pegasus Knights in the flank. Well, we won't wipe them out this turn, but at least there's a pretty good chance of getting a bunch of wounds in there. The Small Knight Errant unit, I'm bringing over to his blood letters. I really would rather not charge into that, but I want to be there so that he can't just rush that unit up into all the other big battles going on. And if I need to, I'll charge him in the flank or something just to tie him up, so we can keep that unit separate from getting involved up top. With his charge reach of, I assume 8 inches or 10. Yeah, it's 10 inches plus d6, and yeah, so that's a possible 16-inch charge reach, which is just really nasty on those guys. So there's another look, and because the Demonettes have a Herald, they get always strike first. And well, you can see how I positioned here. His Demon Prince is off the board, so I'm set up so that when he comes on, he's going to get charged by me. There's nothing he can do to help it. So that's really what I'm thinking there. And his Flesh Hounds, if they break the Bowman, won't come hitting me. So that's what I was thinking down there. So the Demonettes could always strike first, and they promptly kill 2 Grail Knights and a Pegasus Knight. And I do 0 wounds in return, and auto-broke due to fear. I mean, I'm still amazed that I didn't do a single wound on that unit. And that he did 4 wounds on me. I just, yeah. So, Demons turn 4. So the Demonette unit, after it, slapped around my Grail Knights, now, because my Knights of the Realm unit couldn't get it into the flank of the Nurgle unit, the Demonettes can now countercharge into my front. So that gives them outnumber with a fear-causing enemy. So we didn't do a whole lot of wounds either way, but he's going to cause an auto-break test up there. So you can see how he brought his Demon Prince on. He just marched up to me. He's not worried about me charging. He did set it up, though, so that when we stuck in combat, his Flesh Hounds would get a charge into me. So this is how it looks before combat. That's how it looks after combat. And because I broke, that Nurgle unit gets a free charge into my BSB unit. And this game is going down the crapper in a hurry. Yeah, so the bright side of the game is those archers are awesome. I mean, he got the charge into me. This is at least the 3rd round of combat, I think, and they are still sticking strong with those Flesh Hounds. I mean, thank goodness for Leadership 8 from the Questing Knights, but nevertheless, very happy with that. So getting some moral victories in the lower right-hand corner, but just getting my tail kicked in the top of the board. So Bretonnian turn 5. Grail Knights need a 9 to rally, and they do not rally. They run towards the nearest table edge, which puts them right through the demonettes, and they're destroyed. Yeah. What else is going on? Charge my Questy Knights in the lower right-hand corner. At the very top, we're locked in combat. I was able to rally the other guys. I didn't have enough for a full rank bonus anyway, so I went in and expanded my frontage so I can hopefully do as many wounds as possible. And down here, yeah, if that's after combat, I'm really impressed with those archers. That means his Fleshhounds must have whiffed their attacks. I didn't think. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, at the end of combat, the Fleshhounds finally killed one more archer. They were on auto break, so they got a free charge to my flank. So not super happy about that. Here you can see we're just kind of whittling at each other. I've got a fair amount of combat res up there, so we're doing okay. So on his turn, these guys, for his charge, he declared charge on my Knights Errant, and I'm thinking, well, there's no way, you don't have nearly enough room. So he rolls the d6 for his extra charge movement and rolls a 6 again. And I'm thinking, if he hits me, he's just going to auto-break me due to fear. So I fled, and I ran into the house and was destroyed. So the small unit of Knights Errant is now gone. These guys actually did okay. They, I think I lost 1 when all was said and done. And up here you can see I'm in a battle of attrition, so the best I can hope for is just my units survive, because there's no way I'm going to beat them. So down here, I did lose 2 Questy Knights, obviously, but on his, I won combat because of the strength 5 they have. I was able to do some wounds, and then he had some bad rolls and poofed himself because of combat res and a bad instability test roll. So huge moral victory in the lower right-hand corner. I mean, between those archers hanging in there forever, my Questy Knights killing his Demon Prince, my Questy Knights killing his, finishing off the Fleshhounds, just jumping up and down with joy with how these guys are doing down here. I don't know why I have so many pictures in the middle of the board. There's nothing to see. And then I don't remember what happened up here. I still can't believe he broke my BSB unit. It had the BSB, the War Banner, and all that stuff. Let's see, he's got a unit strength of 16. I think he killed one, and then he outnumbered me, and that was an auto break. So, yeah. So everything else this game, he can't get into my flank anymore on his turn, so now it's just a fight between the Demonettes and my Knights of the Realm. Demons turn 6, there's nothing to do here. We're still fighting up top, and there it ends. So we didn't even add it up. It was obviously a very strong victory for him. I've got, my Knights of the Realm, I've got my small men-at-arms, Questy Knights, half points for Pegasus Knights, and that's it. I've lost all 3 characters, and more than I care to admit. And he's lost, some Pink Horrors, some Flamers, some Fleshhounds, and his Demon Prince. So, yeah, so I'm assuming it's at least a solid win for the Demons. It's actually a fun game. I was just really disappointed in myself in the way I played it. I need to do better about not allowing myself to be taking auto break tests, needing double ones. And until I learn how to make sure that doesn't happen, any fear-causing army is going to keep on whooping me. But anyway, there we go. This player and I are going to start a mini campaign, just he and I. So there's going to be a lot of Bretonnia versus Demon games here over the next few months. And his goal is to have, our goal is to have both of our armies completely painted by the time we start that. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it.